The history of ballet. A concise overview. Ballet is a highly theatrical and stylized form of dance that originated in the European Renaissance courts, evolved into a professional art form in France, and became a global classical tradition in the 19th century and 20th century. Below it is, okay, number one, the major periods. Origins in the Italian and French Renaissance courts, 15th, mid-17th century, late 1400s, early 1500s, Italy. Early ballet-like spectacles, balli or balletti, appeared at Italian courts, example Medici weddings in Florence and Milan. This combined dance, music, poetry, and elaborate costumes. 1581, the first documented ballet, Ballet Comique de la Reine, was performed in Paris for Catherine de Medici's court. It lasted 5.5 hours and told a mythological story. Louis XIV era, 1643-1715. The Sun King himself danced in court spectacles. In the 1661, he founded the Académie Royale de Danse, the world's first ballet school to professionalize and codify dance. In 1669, he created the Académie Royale de Musique, later Paris Opera, and its dance company became the Paris Opera Ballet, still the oldest continuously active ballet company. Number two, professionalization and the birth of classical technique, late 17th century and 18th century. Pierre Beauchamp, Louis XIV's dance master, codified the five basic positions of the feet, still used today, and formalized turnout of the legs. 1713, the Paris Opera opened its own school, now École de la Danse et l'Opéra National de Paris, women on stage. Female dancers first appeared professionally in 1681. Marie Camargo shortened her skirts to the ankle, scandalous, to show footwork, and invented the entrechat quatre jump. Jump. 3. The Romantic era. Ballet becomes magical. 1820s, 1850s. Innovation. Point work. Marie Taglioni danced the full-length La Sylphide, 1832, on the tips of her toes, creating the ethereal ballerina image. Gaslighting and wire tricks allow dancers to fly. White bell-shaped tutus and romantic tutu symbolize otherworldly creatures. Iconic ballets: La Sylphide, 1832, Giselle, 1841, still performed worldwide. Pas de Quatre, 1842, starred Taglioni, Fanny Cerrito, Carlotta Grisi, and Lucille Graham. Centers: Paris was the capital, but Romantic style quickly spread to London, Milan, and St. Petersburg. 4. The Golden Age in Imperial Russia, late 19th century. After Romantic ballet declined in Western Europe, Russia became the new center thanks to lavish imperial funding. Marius Petipa, French choreographer in St. Petersburg, and Levi Vanneau created the classical ballet canon. The Sleeping Beauty, 1890, Tchaikovsky. The Nutcracker, 1892, Tchaikovsky. Swan Lake, 1877 and 1895 versions. Raymonda, 1898, Glazunov. These ballets feature the classical tutu, short, stiff plait tutu, 32 fouettes, grand, grand pas de deux, and corps de ballet symmetry that define classical ballet today. 5. The Ballet's Russia's Revolution, 1909-1929. Sergei Diaghilev, Ballet Russes, based in Paris and touring Europe, shocked and modernized ballet, collaborated with avant-garde artists Picasso, Matisse, Chanel, composers Stravinsky, Debussy, Ravel, and choreographers. Major works: The Firebird, 1910; Petrushka, 1911; The Rite of Spring, 1913, caused a riot at its premiere. Parade, 1917; Apollo, 1928; Prodigal Son, 1929. Dancers: Vaslav Nijinsky, Anna Pavlova, Tamara Karsavina, later George Balanchine, and Alicia Markova. 6. 20th century and global spread. After Diaghilev's death, 1929, his dancers founded major companies: Balanchine, New York City Ballet, 1948, neoclassical style; Ninette de Valois, the Royal Ballet, London, 1931; Marie Rambert, Ballet Rambert, now Rambert Dance Company. Soviet Union kept the full-length 19th century classics alive and developed the dramatic dram ballet style. For instance, Romeo and Juliet by Prokofiev, 1940. Cold War expert Soviet stars Nureyev, Makarova, Baryshnikov defected to the West, spreading Vaganova technique. Contemporary ballet, late 20th 21st century, blends classical technique with modern dance, contemporary themes, and barefoot work. Major figures: William Forsyth, Jerry Kilian, Mads Ek, Crystal Pite, Akram Khan, Justin Peck, Christopher Wheeldon. Companies: Netherlands Dance Theatre, Lyon Opera Ballet, Hamburg Ballet, English National Ballet, now mixes classics with new works. Timeline summary: From the 15th to the 17th century, Italian French court spectacles. 1661, First Ballet Academy, Louis XIV. 1830-1840, Romantic Ballet in Pointe-Work. 1870s, 1900s, Imperial Russian Golden Age, Petipa Tchaikovsky. 1909-1929, Ballet's Russia's Revolution. 1930s today, global classical companies, contemporary evolution. Ballet Ballet has transformed from aristocratic entertainment to one of the most technical, demanding, and universally recognized performing arts, with the 19th century Russian classics Swan Lake, Nutcracker, Sleeping Beauty still the most performed works worldwide. Okay, yeah. So there we go. There we go. We have ballet's history. Very interesting. Bye.